Alright, no track guide this week because we're at Michigan, but instead I'll use this time to talk about and vent over some changes that were made to the NASCAR schedule by eliminating Watkins Glen for Daytona Road Course, which seems pretty cool if you ask me. I like Daytona Road Course, but NASCAR had to go fuck it up by adding a stupid chicane. I don't care what anyone says, it's just stupid. They could justify it any way they want, but it's just ridiculous. Ruins the flow of the track completely. And they're trying to say, oh, finally NASCAR gets to go to the historic Daytona Road Course, but it's not the same. They changed it. And for the love of God, I hope freaking IMSA doesn't say, oh, hey, chicane's pretty cool, let's add it to the 24. They better not. I mean, I know it's been through some changes over the years. The bus stop that we have now is not the same as it was, 20 years ago. It's actually faster to get through the exit of it, but back then it was a longer chicane or bus stop. It was a longer bus stop, and actually that would have sufficed to slow the cars down, but that's what NASCAR wanted to do, slow the cars down. So they added the high downforce package, as well as adding a stupid chicane in the worst possible place on the exit of NASCAR 4. Just kills the float. I mean, go do some laps now that iRacing has it. Go do some laps and you'll see the difference. I just personally hate it. I mean, these are professional drivers. They can handle speeds of 206 or so. Because they were intending to run the old low downforce package, but again, that had less drag, so more speed. And another thing is they don't have practice and they don't want people barreling into one at 207, but these are professional drivers. They know their limits. They'll take it easy first and then push harder with each lap that's run. Same thing you saw at all the other tracks with brake zones like New Hampshire, Martinsville, all them places. Actually, have we been to Martinsville yet? So besides that excuse, they're probably trying to say something like, oh, there might be a brake failure into turn 1 because it's a really hard brake zone. Problem with that argument is the new chicane they added, because you only had really 2 heavy brake zones, the bus stop and turn 1. Now you have 3 heavy brake zones, turn 1, bus stop, and chicane. And you can argue that it's a shorter braking distance, but you're also shortening the distance to cool the brakes, which going through cycles like that could actually hurt the brakes, so I get their reasoning on that. But adding a brake zone to defeat the possibility of a brake failure is kind of defeating the purpose. So, just venting about it. It's my opinion, you guys can do whatever. In fact, I want to hear opinions from anyone watching this. I personally hate it. Let's see what you think. Pretty simple change, so I applaud iRacing for, doing that. Really fast, actually. I was expecting this update on Thursday, but got it on Tuesday, so that's pretty cool. Now here I'm just showing the top speed. Just take a look at it, pause it if you have to. This is with the high downforce package, chicane added. And later I'll do one without the chicane. And you'll see the difference. Unfortunately, I can't go back to the low downforce package because it's enforced at this track. So it's just gripes like that. And what made it even worse, saw videos of, if anyone knows, the classic Daytona 24, just a whole bunch of vintage cars, race cars. Anything goes really at that point. And there's certain classes there, but someone entered an 06 Charger, which might have been from an ARCA season or actually a retired Cup car. And I say that because the speeds were 202 miles an hour, which seems really Cup-ish, so I'm assuming it's legit. 202 with the brakes at the time, and those cars are actually heavier than what we have now. And he had to make those brakes last for 24 hours. Or at least to a brake change. Which is still way more than what this race is going to be in a car that's heavier, less downforce. And it made it, so why can't these? And, we're exaggerating. 207 is probably too much for reality. 202 is probably what you would actually see. Here I'm just showing, the non-chicane version of the lap, which is way more fun. Tell me which one you'd rather drive. Just disappointing. I think even Trans Amway here with the regular road course, like 204 on the front stretch. They made it last, but those cars are also lighter, so can't really use that as an excuse, but you get the point. The Charger is the one we're talking about here. That thing's heavier, 4-speed, nothing specially done to the car tires, about what you'd run. So I think they just did it because, well, everyone's a coward nowadays, so, and I get it, safety first. But why ruin a historic version of a track, I guess? I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with this, but you get the point. I'm not too happy about it, but everyone has to deal with it. Be fun to watch because all road races are pretty fun lately in NASCAR. Hopefully it'll get some rain going. Maybe they'll run it. I'll see if they're not afraid to run in the rain. Probably won't get rain at a track they can run with rain tires, but whatever. Either way, it's still going to be fun to drive. I don't like it. But doesn't mean I don't enjoy it. Just look at the speed we're getting here. You'll see, I think 197 is top speed. Before we were doing 207, but high drag is slowing us down. Which you can see here. So anyways, that's enough talking about it, complaining about it. Let me know what you think. Anyways, sim racing, Joey side.